Right here, this is the heart of it, without the culotte.
And Skinny will explain why we need a 2-piece of meat to cut to show you all.
Yeah, there's just too many cuts here, though.
It's very complex.
This is the most confusing piece of it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Believe me, this is where you can bury a customer. If they try to say they can cut their own, you know what they're going to get? You're going to die just whacking big long steaks. And you can still make money on this particular cut selling it to the end user. Gang, this is real important to see, to really understand this cut. If you understand this cut, believe me, this is something your customers, they don't understand. Give me some paper towels.
So you can get these yellow things there.
So far, no blood on the floor. That's good. Very good.
Dog will get pissed.
Now you can see why you would want to just use this if you don't need all this, because look how much waste you can see.
So coming from the packer, that's all trimmed off.
Yeah. Because this is in the middle here.
Right.
Right. If I can add one thing, if you're ever looking for a nice sirloin, roast, I tell you, you have it right here in those center cut top sirloin butts. That's
the CAB one we sell, Bob?
So move the camera skinny. So the only thing, the difference is the culotte is missing on the other one, correct?
Yeah.
The only
Culotte. There's what we call, some people call it the rat.
And that's
It's right here,
and that's tough eating.
and all it is basically is stew. So it's not on there either.
What do you guys call it? The rat.
Big long tail like that. So that's what you would normally do to get ready to cut steaks? Is that what
You
you
almost had it.
Yeah.
This isn't the best mount.
I'm going to ask a dumb question on that, but it looked like you were like cutting into the meat on that, though. We're up wide.
No, that's just going right in. So your center cut is right here. See it? There's the bottom, there's the bottom.
See, that's why that is a nice roast to promote to your customers. If they're looking to upscale their, especially for the whole
Carving
So
station.
you're only using this, selling this as roasts?
No, we do a lot of cutting out of
We
that.
cut this as
Okay.
steaks.
We
We
cut
don't
that-
cut these because there's too much time involved in this, so we buy the culotte separate, we buy the heart separate.
Chris, we bring these over to the division. Ray carry. I think
Yeah.
Ray is stocking those.
Yeah.
We don't even stock them because
That's like
we buy the particular cuts we need to
13,
produce.
14 pound average, right? Yes,
Yeah,
no?
these ones here, yeah.
So what are you breaking off there now?
Taking the culotte off now.
You can
Remember,
put that
that's your
on the bar.
cap. That's your
my
cap steak.
favorite piece of meat. Culotte. Love culottes. Great steak.
Why you like it?
Because it's got flavor, tender, you eat the whole thing. Zero waste.
I tell you, cap steak is a real good eating. It's a good eating piece of meat.
It really is.
Culotte is a phenomenal piece of meat.
So that's a culotte roast you're doing?
Yeah, I'll show you.
That's your time to go.
You can buy it.
Turn the laptop off. Yeah, there's your full culotte. You can buy that culotte just like that.
It comes in dust like that.
Right.
They're not doing that.
Right.
They could, obviously.
But you can see how much waste I got compared to just buying this. So if your customer's buying this one and trying just to get that, he ain't going to use any of this unless he has a meat grinder.
You have that sirloin culotte roast as you sell it as a CAB.
That's a country.
We have it listed on it. We sell that separately on that culotte roast you have.
So not the culotte roast, the top sirloin butt.
Top sirloin.
Is that a country club? Keep skinny?
Yes.
That's the top sirloin butt roast, right? Finished.
They're buying the one in front, they're bringing in. They're bringing the ones back.
Well, we also sell it by the whole case, though.
Yeah. Buy it by the case.
That's
I
culotte.
think you can buy CAB by the piece.
That's your country club top sirloin. That's when it's netted, Dan. Culotte roast. Are we still netting those, Skinny?
Country Club, yes. Country Club, yes.
All right, does everybody understand that Country Club roast? Actually see it? Right there. There it is. That's how you come out of it.
We'll just leave more fat. Sometimes we get the fat from the strip table. We'll take a piece of fat and put it on top, and then we'll net it. Gives it more fat because they're going to roast it whole.
You should have a little bit of fat.
Because this is the way it comes in. Some of them don't come in with this much fat on. If they'd have come in a little cleaner, then we'll just put more fat on them and send them out.
Because that piece will dry out, you know, when you're roasting it. So you've got to have a little bit of fat cover on it.
Okay, so we got, this piece is culotte roast. This is the
Cut that in.
center cut. Yeah, we're going to cut
Now that's going to eat really well, you're saying?
That's your culotte steaks. They're going to eat excellent.
And they're all fully cleaned.
Yeah, they're going to look just like this.
Why don't you have the chefs cook that up right now?
We're going to dice that, and then we're just going to come in and cut the steaks.
Seriously, I think you should let everybody taste it.
I'll tell you what, we're back, we're going to cook some sirloins off. Skinny, when you're done with that, give me, Joe, I will have them.
Seriously, I think everybody should taste that if they haven't ever tasted it.
Yeah, we got that the wrong way. I would have went the other way by looking at it.
They're your culotte steaks, here they are. In fact, Joe brought up a good point. When we go back to our last tasting, I'm going to run them back and have him cook those up, culotte steaks.
Okay, the next thing we're going to do, does anybody know, see this seam right here?
Try to.
What this left muscle is?
Filet of sirloin.
True filet sirloin. So how we get that, we got to go in here and pull it out with the silk tube.
Sharp knife.
Okay.
Kind of nice to get it.
You've done that once or twice, haven't you? It's a rental company.
8 times.
Knives are us.
So that's your true filet of sirloin, and we just cut these.
Have them cook those up too.
And we just cut these, and these will be what we call your baseball cuts too.
Joe, how many places sell them as fillets?
Yes.
True.
You can't tell the difference. They look just like the fillets.
They don't eat like that. Until you eat them. Until you eat it.
It's a filet of sirloin when you eat it.
Too big, people have trouble cooking it through.
And then we got to take the rest of the silver out. Okay. Now what do I have left now? I took this off. This was true. This was the full center cut. Now I'm left with like strip SS. The strip style.
Oh, look at the horn over here.
Yeah,
He did all that. You got some swag and whatever.
I'm freaking meat edited out right now. Sick. I'm getting sick.
We'll cut some of these
Bet
and
you
show
a piece
you.
of fish, you'd be all right.
That's right.
These are all stripped. Strip style, we call them 3/4 face.
What's that one? Which ones are that supposed to be on? These, all these.
That might,
It'll be in the sirloin. That's coming out of this one.
That's what you're just, that's what those are. Right?
No, that's not the full face. I gotta show you full face. That's why I got 2 pieces, because there's so much you can do with this piece of meat.
because you can't get one cut out of one.
Petite sirloin. They look like these, petite sirloin.
Strip style culotte.
They look like this petite sirloin.
Yeah, that's full.
That's a ball tip.
That's a ball.
That's got to be one of those.
He's looking at it like that was the full face, and the half face more than that.
Yeah, he'll do this.
He's going to do the half face. Well, he's going to do full face.
We're gonna have to move on pretty good here because Mike just about got our sirloin steaks cooked for us.
Oh, yeah, it'll be good.
Let's put the culottes on.
No, Skinny can turn up the heat. Watch it. Well, just freaking.
Skinny he'll speed it up
Be
here.
careful
Stay
about
the hell
eyeballs
out of
in a
his way.
That's what happens when you turn your orders in after cutoff. This right here.
and I'll tell you that.
207.
Right, you guys called in late. I mean, there's aggravated people over there. You see it firsthand. Now, this
He
is
didn't break in.
this is a speed, hot speed.
That's full face.
Okay, full face. Everyone see it.
So it's got the filet, so.
Full face.
Yeah.
You know, full
It's
face is
still
a
got
nice
the-
cut too. Full
got the
face
fillet.
makes an excellent.
You can see the seam better here.
Yeah. Is there,
The fillet of sirloin's on your side over there.
Yeah.
Price difference, full and half?
Well, I have it.
Parking lot.
Yeah.
Put that on the parking lot.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what, when you guys order like, say you guys order 300 filet of sirloins. What do you think I'm gonna do? I can't just pull all these and cut all these. You know how many of these I'm gonna have left over, right?
So you're gonna cut
Okay.
some of them out of there too.
So what we'll do, we'll clean that up, and then we take the filet sirloin out, take that seam out like I got ready for that, and then I'm going to cut that in half again.
So you're still gonna use the same piece of meat.
You're not going to know, you're getting sirloin, and we're going to make them round, so they all look
Because they don't eat
identical.
that much different to
Yeah.
know the difference.
I mean, one box, I can do one box of this. I'm sure I can get rid of the couple pieces I'll have here, but when we get the big orders, we got to do that
that's
way.
what you guys are doing for Montana's then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you asked the price difference, full face, half face, 15 to 18 cents a pound. That's all.
So then we got half face. All we're going to do is leave the filet sirloin on and just cut it dead center down the middle. And then once we cut these,
Now those are both half face?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Both sides.
That right there was worth the drive. That was worth the drive, because I've never been able to figure that out right there.
Sirloin, I finally
Half
learned
face is
something.
gonna
My deer look a lot
thicker
better
steak.
this year.
Yeah. You can
And
get
you
much
get the
thicker
vein
steak.
through the middle of the
But then
one.
you are going to get that vein, so if your customer starts bitching about that vein, well then you got to push them to this one. They ain't going to have the vein, or this.
Strip style, or the baseball.
That's good to know.
Because you get, this side doesn't have it, but it can't give you this, just this side, because then we're going to be stuck with this side, so you get both of them in the
Right
box.
side only.
Right side.
Don't do that.
You can't spec that? No.
The waste would be crazy.
We throw the cost up too high on the other cut, what it would do.
Does anybody?
In the strip style.
So I don't think.
They're paying a premium price for
I'm
that.
just asking, because
I don't see it. I never see it.
I think the price would just
But
be
if you
way
get the
too
strip
high.
style, then you can accomplish the same thing, and then we'll have an outlet for the filet sirloin.
See, strip style costs you $1.50 a pound more.
What's
Strip style
your
over.
Skinny, when we do
between true lot pricing
steak meat,
and strip
diced beef.
Julian,
Because all this, from all these cuts going into diced beef.
Everything goes in.
The reason is, I know when, I've got diced beef for home before. You get some nice tender pieces, some aren't so
Yeah, 'cause
tender, some are...
you're going to get stuff from sirloin, strips, ball
Yeah, and
tips.
see, I mean, that's such a variety. We call it beef tips, you know, or diced beef. But you're getting so many different cuts. There's some eat good, some don't, you know?
Yeah. We have sirloin. There is a sirloin number where you can only get sirloin. We have some orders like that.
And that should eat better than...
Yeah, because you're going to get like this. It's all going to be nice. But if you just want diced beef,
The reason is somebody will say, I want a diced tender, diced beef. Okay, I never know what to sell.
you want to get to, I think it's a
Now, what about rib lift?
special.
What about rib lift? Shouldn't that eat as good as this?
No.
No? So you're just selling the straight sirloin? Yeah, because they don't want to pay a tender tip price, but they want to...
Okay,
there's a big difference in all this diced beef.
Okay, let's get back, and let's speed it up here a little bit. Skinny, thank you, there's a lot of meat there. And, but we got a tasting coming up, and,
Skinny.
want to get that,